Gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So as you can see, the setup's kind of changed a little bit. So what I'm going to do is do a subscriber participation thing. What do you want to see on the back wall? Has to be patriotic. If you suggest BLM, I'm going to kick you off my subscriber list. But I want to see what you guys want on the back wall. What you guys want. So send that in. But one of the things I want to talk about today is Dr. Fauci came out today and said, I do not know if it's going to be okay for people to gather in their houses for Thanksgiving. Gather in your houses for Thanksgiving. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Fauci's an idiot. He's an idiot, a liar. Do what you got to do for Thanksgiving. Do what you got to do. Last Thanksgiving, you didn't have your family. The Thanksgiving before, you didn't have your family. Have your family. Don't listen to these idiots. Just family's the most important thing in the world to me, I know. So I hope it's the most important thing in the world to you. Today, I saw Biden come out. So they're trying to raise this whole debt selling thing, right? And they want to plunge us into debt. They're saying, oh, it's not going to cost the American public anything. No, it's going to cost you everything. Because they're ridiculous. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. Biden's lying to you. Pelosi's lying to you. Schumer's lying to you. McConnell actually, for once in like 4 or 5 years, actually did something smart and said, I'm not even going to touch this. It's like, it's about time you do something smart, dumbass. Not a big fan of Mitch McConnell. Here's another thing you have coming out. As you look at what's going on now in Australia, they're beating, or they're sending their military into the streets to beat their civilians in the street. Do you want that to be you? Do you? I don't think you do. I know I wouldn't want it to be me. Because if the military comes in the street to beat down in the street, there's going to be some issues. Where else are we at? Let's see where else we're at. Fauci came out about the mask mandates. And he doesn't have any idea what's going on. But you know what he does know? He's making millions and millions of dollars. You know what Pelosi knows? She's making millions and millions of dollars. Something else I saw today. This is just a general overview, right? And as most of you know, I'm a big fan of World War II. I don't want to say I'm a big Hitler fan, but it was just always amazing to me how Hitler captured the minds of millions. And here's the way he did it. His speeches. Hitler was a brilliant orator. I'm not going to take anything away from AOC or Rashida Tlaib or Ayanna Pressley. They're all brilliant orators. Or the bald-headed black chick. Here's the odd thing, right? I thought she shaved her head because she had cancer, but apparently she doesn't have cancer. It was just a political statement. It's really weird to me. I don't know. Yeah. Do what you gotta do. But anyway. But one thing I noticed is they all talk and move alike. Let me give you an example. I've done this before in videos. I just want to give you another example of it. Snowmen should not have to defrost in August. It is ridiculous. Apple corn. Halloween candy. That's what we have to do to save the world, people. Now, if you notice, that entire thing I said just made no sense, right? But that's what they do. They get all emotional and they get the arms waving. Hitler did the same thing. We're living in Nazi Germany, and you know how I know it? Okay, so it's one thing when I say it, right? It's like, hey, dance saying stuff, dance on YouTube, dance saying stuff, right? But when an entire nation, France, says America, and there's this complete article, and there's so many articles, and they're relating where the United States is now to where Nazi Germany was. We're being real about Nazis. We're being real about Nazis. It is what it is. But I want to catch you up on a couple of things. This really has no point of origin or anything. It's not a specific story. It's just, this is where we are. So if you live in a blue city, get to the outskirts of your state. Here's one thing I learned about blue cities, right? The outskirts of their states are usually red. Get out there and make friends out there. Even if you can't move immediately right now, make friends out there. So if you need to leave, you can leave. Because it's coming. Oh, I can tell you it's coming. And it's not going to be pretty. But you have people like AOC and Rashida Tlaib. You have states like New York who have torn down the Frederick Douglass statue. So for those of you who don't know who Frederick Douglass is, growing up as a young black kid in the South, we know who Frederick Douglass is. But see, these folks, they don't know. So go look and see who Frederick Douglass was. They tore down his statue and put up a statue of George Floyd. And Breonna Taylor are going to do a show on that specific subject. And it's where we are as a people. It's ridiculous. You have all these spoiled kids who never got their ass whipped, who never did anything. And that's where we are as a nation. It's really kind of ridiculous. So, as always, like, subscribe, share. And as always, do what you gotta do.